Hello, I'm Aerin Johnson. Welcome to TMN Television on Thursday, September 14th. Tonight we look at what Truman is planning for its 150th anniversary. Later, stay tuned for a Truman Sports Update, and also be sure to watch our first question on the quad. These stories and more tonight on TMN Television. You don't want to miss this. Truman State University is celebrating its 150th anniversary as an institution. Here's TMN's Bria Purnell with the story.
Truman is celebrating 150 years as a university this semester. The university is having multiple events to celebrate the sesquicentennial with the Truman community as well as the community outside of Truman. A.T. Still University is also celebrating turning 125 years old, and Kirksville is turning 175. To celebrate this, Truman hosted a community thank you event. President Sue Thomas says Truman has always had a reputation of providing quality education to its students, and that is why the university has made it to 150 years. Thomas says Kirksville and A.T. Still have always been supportive of Truman, and the university is happy to celebrate with the whole community.
When we realized that we had 3 major anniversaries in the same town, that it was Truman, ATSU, and Kirksville, we thought it would be a really cool idea to throw a joint celebration because we partner really well with one another, so we thought it deserved a great big grand party.
The university will continue to have events for the sesquicentennial throughout the school year. The beginning of the year started with a back-to-school bash where students could come to celebrate with rides, music, and food. The next big event is during homecoming. The homecoming week will feature multiple activities dedicated to celebrating Truman. The big event will be a 150th celebration concert. After that, an 1867 challenge will take place in November. Director of PR Heidi Templeton says the university developed a committee to plan these events. Templeton says administration wanted to emphasize the importance of history when planning these things.
History is so important, and I talk about that all the time. You have to understand, where did you come from? How did you get here? And who was it that came before us to make this university great? And being able to celebrate the 150th, that gives you an opportunity to really go back into your history and pull stories from the history.
Truman officially turned 150 on September 2nd, 2017. The university is very enthusiastic about this milestone we have reached and is excited for the future. All future events for the anniversary are free of charge and welcome to everyone. For the Truman Media Network, I'm Bria Purnell.
A power outage on campus early Wednesday morning was the result of a damaged substation near the intersection of Randolph and Davis Streets behind Blanton Nason Brewer Hall. According to an email from Assistant Physical Plant Director Tim Baker to faculty and staff later that day, the damage was caused by a raccoon entering the substation and causing a short circuit. Truman's campus was left running on power from an emergency backup circuit. According to the email, a critical piece of equipment was damaged during this short circuit and will have to be replaced before the substation is fully back online. The backup circuit does not supply as much voltage as normal, so some high voltage devices may not be operating at full capacity. The physical plant has been working to acquire necessary replacement parts and repair the substation. Truman State University faculty and staff are continuing discussion on changing the liberal studies program. The new curriculum includes a freshman seminar and requires a certain number of hours for each perspective or mode. Blueprint teams were created to review the plans made by the action teams during the summer. The bill was drafted after the blueprint teams made changes, then presented to the UGC. The most crucial change was the 2 seminars and changing qualitative and quantitative modes to worlds. The worlds are set up so students only have to take 1 class per world. This was so students would be taking classes they're interested in instead of just to fill a requirement. The bill moved to UGC without issue, but has since been stuck in the Faculty Senate. The greatest problem for the committees was to adhere to Missouri Senate Bill 997. The bill requires universities to have a similar general education curriculum to allow easy transfer. The bill is currently being looked at to adhere to MSB 997. Truman State University's student employment experienced a smaller than usual surplus for the 2016-2017 school year. The surplus, usually around $1 million, was only about $562,000. The surplus itself was expected, as the university usually puts extra money in the budget to account for fluctuations. This year, it was also due to a number of factors, including some departments not using all their funds for student employment and some money for student scholarships coming from the budget. The almost 50% decrease from $1 million to $562,000 most likely came from the decrease in budget last year. Truman's 5-year campaign with the goal of raising $40 million is reaching its final year and will end July 30th, 2018. The program, called Pursue the Future, has raised $3.5 million by encouraging Truman alumni to invest in Truman students. The campaign's goals are split into 4 categories: scholarships, academic programs and faculty support, the athletics fund, and the Truman Fund for Excellence. Scholarship fundraising has raised $21.1 million, and academic programs and faculty support $6.2 million. Athletics has raised $2.9 million, and the Truman Fund has raised over $3.9 million. The amounts vary because donors can choose where their money goes. After the campaign ends, the university plans to continue urging alumni and others to be more engaged with the university. Next, stay tuned for a Truman Perspective on Hurricane Harvey. But before that, let's take a look at this week's forecast.
It's fine that other people like you. It's more important that you like yourself. And I'm comfortable with every part of me. Meals on Wheels coming to my door as someone who's housebound assures me that I'm not forgotten. They care that I'm okay. My name is Asha Ida Bell. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
The city of Houston is still recovering from Hurricane Harvey. Tens of thousands of people are rebuilding after the destruction. The storm's reach has extended to Kirksville with senior outside hitter and Houston native Jasmine Brown. Brown says she first heard about the hurricane and its projected path on Twitter a couple days prior to when it hit Houston. She says she maintained constant channels of communication with her family and friends to make sure they were prepared for the incoming storm. After the hurricane passed through, she says she repeatedly called home to check if everyone was safe. She says her house and family are fine, but other areas of the city were not so fortunate.
There were a lot of unrecognizable places in the city. You know, there were many pictures that was like, this is I-10 prior to Hurricane Harvey. Then they said, this is I-10 after. And it literally looks like ocean. Like, you could see anything.
The volleyball team traveled this past weekend to St. Charles, Missouri for the Lindenwood Last Minute Challenge. It split the 4 games against St. Mary's University, Augustana University, the University of Missouri St. Louis, and West Texas A&M University. It recorded its 2nd and 3rd shutouts of the season against St. Mary's and West Texas A&M. Senior outside hitter Jasmine Brown, junior middle hitter Natalie Brummeyer, sophomore outside hitter Claire Viviano, and Jocelyn Livingston each recorded at least 7 kills against St. Mary's. Brown and Brummeyer contributed at least 7 more kills along with freshman outside hitter Sam Yancey against West Texas A&M. After a $1 million renovations project, Stokes Stadium is opening for the public as the football team will play its home opener this Saturday. The team will play on Family Night against JLVC rival Missouri University of Science and Technology. This will be Truman's 80th meeting with the Miners. The Bulldogs have lost their first 2 games, including last Saturday's game against Morningside College. Head coach Greg Nesbitt says the team has made noticeable improvements from week 1 to week 2. The Bulldogs were able to limit Morningside's explosive offense to just 35 points, but they had come up 5 points short in the second half. The men and women's soccer teams are both coming off games against Quincy University and the University of Illinois Springfield. The men were shut out for the 3rd time this season against Quincy and then lost 1-2 against UIS. Junior forward Trevor Kaufman made sure the Bulldogs were not shut out again by scoring in the 86th minute, his second of the season. The men will play at home tomorrow against William Jewell College. The women were shut out for the second straight game against Quincy, but were able to tie UIS. Senior middle fielder Delaney Cookin scored early in the second half before UIS tied it later. Both of the women's ties this season have made it to the second overtime period. The women will be searching for their first win Friday afternoon at home against William Jewell. This has been your Truman Sports Update. Stay tuned after the break for our first question on the quad of the semester. We'll be right back.
Tonight, along the Texas Gulf Coast, utter devastation. Harvey barreled ashore overnight, packing 130-mile-an-hour winds, blinding sheets of rain, and a treacherous storm surge.
Harvey can't mess with Texas. So donate now to help make Texas whole again.
For this year's first question on the quad, reporter Matt Ragsdale went out to get student opinions on Truman's anniversary.
Hello, this is Matt Ragsdale, and I am here on the quad to ask some questions. First question I have for both of you is, do you know what a sesquicentennial is?
I do not.
I do not either.
Care to take any guesses? There are no wrong answers.
Small?
Actually large. Actually large, yes. Do you know what a sesquicentennial is?
I have no idea about that.
Okay, no, that's okay. That's a good answer.
Tennial. I'm assuming that it refers to some sort of anniversary. Is it the 150th anniversary?
Wow, you worked backward from anniversary and you got the right answer.
I'm assuming it has to do with the amount of years, like a century or something. So.
Yeah. So it's actually a 150-year anniversary, which Truman State is celebrating right now this year.
Oh, yeah. Awesome. I know about that.
You do. You go here.
Yes. It's an amazing place.
Actually, Truman State is experiencing its sesquicentennial right now.
I did know about that. That's kind of why I figured that was the answer.
Okay. Well, now I feel like maybe you're taking advantage of my question here. Kenzie, have you ever lived in Missouri Hall?
I have.
Okay. I don't know if you heard about this, but there are going to be some renovations there.
I did hear.
What do you think they're doing in there?
I know that they're helping out the cafeteria.
That is right. Yeah, they're going to be updating the dining hall. They're going to be making it kind of like the rest of the ones that are on campus. But I don't know if you heard about this, actually. They're going to be also changing all of the tables in the dining hall.
I did not know that.
Yeah, they're actually going to be putting iPads in every single table so that people can play Angry Birds whenever they want.
Why?
I think Truman's response would be, why not?
I don't know. Hopefully, like putting in a ball pit, but probably not.
Yeah, actually, it's funny you should say that. They are turning the second floor lounge, actually the 2 North lounge, they're actually going to get rid of all those dorms and turn that into a ball pit. So it's funny that you should mention that. Yeah. But they're also going to renovate the dining hall.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so it's kind of fun. I also heard, I don't know if this is true or not, they're actually going to be putting a lot of new pillows in there, but the pillows actually double as a Bluetooth speaker so that you can listen to music while you're sleeping.
Oh.
Yeah, they're going to be the first hall to have that.
Wow.
That could be distracting.
It could be while you're trying to sleep. Yeah, but that's just what I heard. I don't know if that's true or not. There is a magazine that is called U.S. World Report, and they have named Truman State University the #1 public university in the Midwest for the 21st year in a row. How does that make you feel?
I think that's pretty cool because I go here and I kind of pick this randomly. So yeah.
It makes me feel pretty smart and pretty awesome actually to get into this school. So yeah.
Nice. Christy?
I feel pretty happy about it. I've been here this is my 4th year, and I feel like it really deserves it. Like, we have really great professors, we have a really awesome campus, and I don't know, it's just a great place to be. I've enjoyed it.
Makes me feel pretty special to be going to such a notorious school.
Yeah, we beat literally every other school in the Midwest.
It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, so take that, other universities. Would you say that you have bulldog fever?
Oh yeah, every day.
Can I get a little woof woof?
No.
Okay. Okay. We don't have to do that. A magazine, U.S. World and Report is the name. They have ranked Truman State as the #1 public university in the Midwest for the 21st year in a row. How does that make you feel?
I feel proud of that.
Yeah, you should be. Thank you so much for taking some time out of your day to speak with me. Is there anything else that you'd like to let the people know?
Have a wonderful day.
That's right. Kenzie, thank you so much.
Thank you for tuning in with us tonight. For complete news coverage, be sure to stay tuned to KTRM and pick up a copy of the Index. Also, check out our news content on tmn.truman.edu. Also, be sure to check out our variety show, Segments. You can also follow TMN on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for breaking news updates. And if you missed part of our broadcast tonight, check out TMN TV on YouTube. Also, if you've ever thought about being on TV, be sure to head on over to tmn.truman.edu/apply to fill out an application today. And if you're interested in photography, be sure to enter Detour's photography contest by October 8th, and you may have the opportunity to be featured in their magazine. Submissions can be emailed to editor@detours.com. From all of us at TMN, thank you for tuning in and have a great rest of the week.